Old souls, fellow empaths, seers, psychonauts, step in for your scrying. See what messages come through. Hello, old souls, fellow empaths, seers, and psychonauts. Gratitude galore for being here. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. We're going to drop some ink in the Book of Blots. Scrying for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll also add on Tarot and Oracle in the Shaman's Palm configuration. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have GhostTube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric adventures. Overall, please do receive or release freely. Before we dig in, I just want to say thank you for your time, attention, and awareness, as your presence and perspective is powerful. Let's go. All right, you guys know the drill. If you are new here, just a reminder, we're here to create a portal to perceive in, less worrying about making a masterpiece. If this should bore you in any sort of way, feel free to scooch forward and fast forward. Old souls, hope you're doing well. I'm hearing that song. Can you feel the love tonight? You guys sharing the love? That's lovely. It's nice to be nice. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Also, the link to the extended will be below. If you're part of the Secret Society, you go right to the YouTube video, or you can visit us in Vimeo. All good. But you don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. If you're like, no, that's cool too. And as always, old souls, please feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel. As your insights do deepen the reading, they expand the reading. So many beautiful things. So many beautiful things. But you can always just drop an emoji.
Please stop.
Give it a heart. Whatever feels good. Any interactions is appreciated. We're just about ready to rock here. When you're ready. If you're opening up with me, taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and to honor of fellow old souls. Thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. All right. Here's our ink blot. If you are taking a screenshot to scry in your own time, feel well to do so, personal use only. Look how lovely that is. I feel like do you know what's fun? I feel like I'm eating a lotus. I'll have to give that a minute to kind of dry. Lotus eaters, indifferent to the busy world. There's a lot of business and there's a lot of busyness going on. Old souls, you might also be getting to business, taking the time to grow something in a garden from seed, however you may have or received it mid-plant. And now you are enjoying the fruits of your labors. It's like growing roses or buying roses or any sort of flower, of course, and then picking the petals off for potpourri or for, laying a trail. Can you feel the love tonight? How sweet it is to be loved by you. There's your aura right there. Thank you. Stepping into that. Leaving a trail of roses as the typical, topical, most familiar symbol, romantically speaking. Can we take it out of romance for a moment? And it's leaving a trail of love. A kindness, a softness. But let us not forget, in the spirit of
I'm eternal.
roses, the thorns along the way. It's almost like a thorny path. The sacrifices, whatever thorns might mean to you, of course, please follow that first versus listening to my yammerings. Throw me on mute and let it be your own exploration. But there's something about the thorns, that process, honoring the thorns for the process to bloom in its entirety. Okay. Where am I going? Yes. Okay. There's a sunny disposition. It's exactly how I just heard that. But it's in this area up here. I don't know where my little pen is. Get my inky hands out of the way. There's a sunny disposition in what appears to be or could have been at some point in time.
I am in pain.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I hear you. I feel you. Because in that, there we go. Up here, it's this very specific kind of watered color that's reminding me of deep, deep insight, deep pain, contemplation. But it's on the surface. And it's a curious sensation. It's like, in whatever ways water, oceans, seas might work, when they bring up the bottom water to the surface. I don't know if that's a real thing, but that's the way I'm sensing it.
Why is she here?
But it's allowing it to get sun. It's allowing it to get sun. Water dragons also might be a thing that you're working with. There's a wrought iron gate as well in here. I feel like there's something about respite from disputes. It's almost like the bottom of the water, ocean, river, call it whatever you will, and land is there. There's sand, there's gravel, there's earth there. It is grounded. But something has allowed it to stir to the top surface so it can reach
evil
light. Okay, so that's very interesting. I'll wander to you in just a moment, because it's almost like something, an underbelly of something, collectively, old souls, that you might be sensing, that was hidden deep in many different regards and contexts. Hidden is being brought up to the surface and brought to light. That's uncomfortable though, right? That's uncomfortable. So, however, the way I'm sensing this is, given your stature, love for others, including oneself if this is a personal situation, but I'm going to wander out collectively because this feels like a big body of water. To hold compassion for when the collective, in some way, shape, or form, in their own regards, is going through grief by these enlightening things, these devastations that disrupt what, I don't know what this is. It disrupts something. And it's like, by weaving through the world, just being you and breathing, the ability to leave a trail of love and compassion to soften that. It's not about fixing it. There's no fixing, because the fixing cannot be done by another, but it can soften the understanding, because it's not a right and wrong situation. It's an experimental experience situation. Okay, let's keep going. So that's why it's back on the surface, and that's why it has this sunny disposition, because there's an awareness that something's being brought to the surface. If I may, as GhostTube said, should one believe in the polarities or land in the polarities of
change,
good and evil, this, that, or the other, it's coming to the surface. Personally, if I may, when I wander into a closer body of water, closer Do I want to say closer? It feels closer to me to step into. I don't want to say it's a puddle, but imagine if it was a puddle and I could like go from that sea, river, something or other lake and then go into a puddle. But that puddle is very, very deep. And I feel closer to wandering into the old souls, less out in the collective where old souls are mingling of sorts. And it's bringing me into almost like a space of transcendental meditation esque, going deep within the self where it's the quietest. To where perhaps Lotus Eater, thank you, getting to where the lotus seed originally was growing. Okay, there's also something I'm just going to quickly note here as I'm in it. There's something about, I don't know if this is collective and or individual to interconnected. Yeah, it's over here. The difference or willingness to look at depressive states or energy as compressive instead. It's like going down those layers of water where the compression is different, right? Like scuba divers go down, they got to stop and I don't do their little acclimating thing. I don't mean to say little, but you know what I mean? They got to do it. The pressures are different. So it might feel like in the same space, you know, going deep into depression
Sure.
collectively or individually, however you might be working through this. But let's say you step into a depressive energy, but you understand it as compression. So there's a compression like coal into diamond. It's not more or less uncomfortable, but it seems to like swap the point of view to go, oh, I'm compressing paper or wood and water into paper. There's a compression there. And while it's depressed, like there's a depressive action or feeling, it really is balancing out. It's like putting flowers in a book. I don't know if that made sense, but there it is. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Sorry if I wandered off there. So I kind of want to wander into, do I have enough room here? What did I just say? Depression and into or changing into compression. On the surface of these deep waters being brought to the surface, I'm riding a turtle. I'm going to put myself in the first person. Please insert receive or release freely. I'm riding a turtle. So a turtle might mean something to you as well. There's a spitting alligator. This alligator has something stuck in its teeth and it's spitting it out. It finally got something out of its teeth. A curious little story, if I may, but it feels like something old. Alligator. Yeah. And it feels good when you get something out of your teeth.
Have we met?
There's a conversation happening over here. I'm trying to debate how I'm going to interact with it. Okay, can I put that up there? I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry if I'm like awkwardly pausing. I'm sorry, not sorry. But thank you. Something about a carnation as well. A carnation. There's something about the color of flowers. I don't know if there's somebody that has knowledge about the color of flowers, like pink flowers, peach flowers specifically as well. Cave of Ice for old souls. The wonder of colors. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can't actually do the palm in the circular form. But there you go. Cave of Ice. This is unlocking colors like new. Give me. I don't know that new is the right word. Oh, there's a happy little T-Rex right there with the shorty little arms. Oh, that's so fun. They're playing with something else. They're playing with another animal.
Bible.
Give me a moment. Oh, okay. There is. I'm pretty sure this is straight up a raven. See the little. Hopefully, if you're on a phone, you might be able to zoom in. But then see, there's also this baby raven in the belly. Baby raven in the belly. You don't have to be pregnant or anything like that, but congratulations if you are. It might be something that you're creating that's in the belly area, so it's moved through. Something just touched my forehead. That's fun. Hopefully it wasn't a fly. It's moved through the root, sacral, solar plex. This feels like all the different tunnels and tubes. Not necessarily fallopian, because I don't want to associate it necessarily with. Okay, give me a moment though. It's anyway. The point is it's something that you're creating that's going from like this container. See that color here in the wonder of colors. I'm in the box. See how, thank you. All this different, it feels like stone, even like alligator skin, and how the alligator, this is still very, very wet, is spitting things out. It's like now this box of stone, something old, something ancient. If this rainbow is in the belly, this raven, and maybe the raven has rude. Maybe this raven has a specific meaning to you. Cave of Winds. Somebody's got like their leg out in front of me. You know, if you're trying to be like sexy and seducing, and like just the leg would come out. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Is it like the candy can or can? Dun 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 dun. And then the Christmas one as well are my best examples. Santa baby. Oh my God. I'm completely awkward, but nonetheless. Practicing patience is in the Cave of Winds.
Cold.
Okay, I want to put that coloring of this card. It is similar to what's on the surface, but these rocks feel like right in here where this T-Rex was, it's almost like, I think this is bringing rocks. How do I express this in a way that's not ridiculous? Okay, so like coal into diamonds takes time, depression, compression.
Stop recording.
So the way I'm seeing it is I'm back at the bottom of the water, some body of water. And it's like oil droplets or what is that? Fossilized stuff, like drilling for oil, but oil's in rock form or closer to like a rock form. And it's being brought up to the surface and stacked, like almost like clams. Maybe it's clams. something takes time, but it's already okay, so here's the thing, it's already taken its time, and whatever's coming to the surface collectively, it's like holding time and patience for understanding that perspective. It's like you can understand what's happening, and I feel like those stages of grief are here in some context. The passing of what we knew, the passing of what we've been told, to
Are you okay?
whatever this is. It doesn't need to be dramatic, that but at the same time it feels collectively like it's being dramatic because it's en masse. And how does an old soul hold that without getting sucked into like the typhoon of that?
First,
Because there's numbers, right? There's patience to not judge, patience to not react or get sucked into it. It's reminding me of that show as soon as I said that. Have you ever seen the show Ghosts, the American rendition of the British one? And every time a ghost goes up to the light, they use funny terms for like leaving or going up. That's what it's like. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath here.
I can hear you.
Something about a man on the moon. Cave of Hearth Fires. Psychic journaling. Or if any of the artistry stands out, please follow. I always read art first, so I'll look at my thumb landed right where this thumb was. It's like you can see, if I may, I feel like Old Souls, you're looking at something from a very observatory space. That is, I got a cough again, I apologize. Imagine all these words or these letters
Higher.
were perfectly placed in this book on this page, and now they're scrambling or they're disappearing. That's uncomfortable. If we once knew that was all written clean and nice, scrambles. Again, I feel like this is an observatory space. You probably have a familiarity with this experience, and you can see the magic in it. Everything's going back into the pen nib. It's being drawn back in. I'm not seeing it go out to be rewritten because everyone's going to have that chance to write it for themselves. Everyone always does. But they keep giving it away. They keep giving it away to other personalities to say it for them. Cave of Rivers. Spirit communication and process, or spirit communication process. Okay, thank you. So, if the pen, a density thing, is dense, more of a dense you, your higher self, call it what you may, apply however you want to interact with that version of you, the mundane to the magical, the intuitive to the intellect, whatever the case is. Then there's the spirit form, and it's like all of this coming out is spirit, and sometimes it's a jumble. The spirit communication can feel jumbly, especially when there's a change or an enhancement happening. Sometimes in order for there to be an enhancement, something's got to go. It's the oh my goodness, I don't know why I keep having to clear my throat so much. It's like getting a nose job and you're sacrificing the original structure that was there and changing it. something's changing.
Stupid.
And that's almost like an interesting little thing, a while trying to be insulting, that I get insulted by an app. But, there you go. And I think we can all relate in one way, shape, or form that when we're going through something, dealing, compression, depression, whatever the case is, it's easy to be angry. It's easy to insult. And that's very telling to an old soul, perhaps, when there's insult afoot. And what that other person, that other energy is really trying to convey, but can't, won't, may never in our lifetime. Do you know what I'm saying? The old soul knows. That doesn't mean they put up with it. That doesn't necessarily mean that they need to stick around to be insulted ridiculously. But there's a knowing, and there's not necessarily a way for that old soul in this space right now to help inspire this other energy that's going through this process to say that's not necessary. I know how you're feeling and why you're projecting out. Why you're insulting to diminish, me or whatever the context is, so that you feel more stable or taller, not by a growth of getting taller, but by lowering me from your point of view. Am I making sense? And while this is something I hope I am honoring by not measuring one or the other, but just acknowledging the space that I feel like I'm in right now from an old soul perspective. There's an understanding, but not necessarily a sticking around for it. It's come up before in old soul readings, I believe. It's like holding the line. Hold, hold, hold. And there's almost like a timing when different parts of old souls who have certain strengths and skills that go forward to assist those that have come forward as well. I'm not saying it's like from either side, but it really creates this coalescence of beyond the sides of thinking or feeling. I don't know how else to say that. It's like when somebody gets married and you might gain a daughter or a son or whatever the case is. And same with the other side. They might say, okay, we're gaining a son or a daughter, etc. But while that's to a degree a very loving concept of growth, what really is happening is a new family is starting. A new line is starting. And in order for that to happen, each one partner of the parents or families, they have to leave that. They're still connected to it, but they're choosing to create their own lineage, legacy. Okay, thank you. Sorry if I yammered on there. I apologize. It's all in this. Yeah, your own house. Your own house of sorts. Okay. Last card before we head on over and flip this. If you want to join us on the other side, extend your scry. Cave of Earth is spirit guides, because this is what you are here on Earth as old souls. Thank you. I am going to plop this art. See all the coloring? It's all very indicative of up here. That glowing on the surface, the water, the bottom of the sea, or the water being an earth example as well. I saw you earlier, Wolf. I think it was over here, but you were howling at the moon. There's also a woodpecker.
Sacrifice.
Also the colors of clairvoyance is coming through this card over here. Do you know there's so something about the birch tree might be significant to you? Okay, message for one, a few, or many. T-Rex, I'm not really sure what this animal is. It might be so extinct that I have no bearings for it. So it might be before the time of the time of the time.
27.
And this information has already been given to you for you to create something with or do something with. It doesn't have to be tangible, just infused within you. This feels very, very old. They're leaving now. Not leaving. I don't want to trigger abandonment because it's not like that. These are ancestors that have come and been working with you probably for some time. And they have given you everything that they know. They've given you what they can to help you in the time that you're in, that inevitably you will be given or be giving. Because I'm going to say it for somewhere along the lines of it, when this incarnation is, complete, you are training, learning. It's like you're a spirit guide embodied. And you're going to return to at some point in time, to your guide form, and will be helping humanity potentially from another state of existence, less physical form. Because I'm hearing, like, for some old souls specifically, it's like not getting wrapped up in karma. Okay, that's why I was seeing the Kraken, this karma Kraken, to help and hold space, but not fix, but try not to get sucked into the whole ordeal.
Have you been
because
before?
It's passionate. Good, bad, or ugly, it's passionate. Because like something, Pandora's kind of box is opening up and shining light on things in many different areas. It's not just one, though the one might affect one person more than another. So the old souls are trying not to incur karma ties and entanglements while being here to help. I hope I said that well. We're decent enough where I didn't sound like a douche, but it's exactly what I'm feeling. Okay, I'm going to head on over. I'm going to flip this, and I'm going to head on over to the extended. If you'd like to join us, but you don't have to. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I will see you again soon, Old Souls. So much love.